It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
You are watching WFTA television.
Well, Good evening, everyone. Let me get a sound check from you guys over there in the live chat. It's good to see everyone tonight. We had a lot of people show up early tonight. So the Rickster was first finally, and Susudio came in celebrating 2 years of membership by giving away 5 memberships earlier tonight. And Kate Van D came in and got a brand new gift membership from Susudio. And Black Phoenix 77 got a gift membership from Susudio. Sean got a gift membership from Susudio. And Bjorn Jorgensen got a gift membership from Susudio. She was just busy tonight. And George Valentine is here. And Rickster and who else? George Valentine. Yeah, I got him. Jonezer's here. Mike P is here, figuratively speaking. Gap After Dark, Nightwing. Good to see everyone. Masters Maniac Mexico. Our friend Rolo is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the king has entered the building. All right, man. Cool. And good to see everyone tonight. So how am I sounding okay? Is everybody hearing us? That is the main thing I want to know. All right, sound good on my end, says George Valentine. Very good, very good. All right. There is Radical Mom. Evening, everyone. Hi, Bill and Jonezer. Hey, Radical Mom. Good to see you. All right. So without further ado, let's get the old Jonezer in.
What's up, everybody? It's Jonezer, your favorite comic book guy. So let's do this!
Hey, what's up, Jonezer?
Not much. How are you, my friend?
Doing good, doing good. All right, so here we are. What do we got going on tonight? We got a lot going on tonight. We got
like ghosts and
goblins, memes, haunted asylums, mountain adventures, caverns, music. Got it all tonight. So we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Absolutely packed. And let's go ahead and get started because we're going to have a comment corner later on. And that's going to be a pretty much great comment corner got set up there with the little bit of green going on in there, if you know what I mean by that, folks. But let's get the memes of the week started. You ready to do some memes of the week? Let me fix it so that Jonesy can see what we're doing here real quick. All right, can you see the screen there, Jonesy?
I sees it.
All right, good thing. All right, so we're going to get the memes of the week started, folks.
Memes of the week. Memes of the week.
All right, here's Dr. Wiggles' Wiener Wagon. I don't think he's a real doctor. Looks like that. Absolutely. All right. Why am I not seeing you on my end? There you are. Now you're on there. Okay, I got you going now. All right. Now let's go to the next meme here. And we'll get to the next one here. It's okay to be a little effed in the head. We all are. But when you're effed up in the heart, that makes you a piece of crap.
Agreed. 100%. I don't even think that's a meme. That's just real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's go to the next one here. I have come here to post memes and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of bubble gum. Yep, that's me right there.
Great movie, too, that's from.
Absolutely. Let's go to the next one here. Here we go. The stool bus, the best septic truck ever.
Yeah, riding it's a little stinky, but you know, it get the load go where it needs to go.
All right. All right, let's take on the next one here. That moment when you realize Grimace is a giant butt plug, and then you suddenly realize how he got his name.
Oh, childhood ruined. Thank you for that, Bill.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, sir. Oh, says Mike Fee. All right, man.
I'm with Mike. Yeah, I was drinking grape soda too. You know, you had to ruin it.
Oh yeah, let's move on here. Ha ha ha! Ouch! All right, Kate Mandy, I'm here to help. Here to help. Mom, this popsicle tastes like shrimps.
Oh, that's bad. I don't like that.
Oh,
That does not make me
nasty, 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 nasty. You almost ended up in my butthole. Yeah. What's that, Jonezer?
Jesus. I was gonna say a little kid shouldn't have been digging through mama's drawers anyway, but I digress.
Oh, really? Let's see what's next here. This is horrible. Oh, here we go. Proof it only takes 3 1/4 inches to please a woman.
I suppose that is true. That is very true. Be even less than that if you're skilled with the tip of your tongue. Free advice from the Jonezer, the Love Man.
Sounds like Joneser knows all about it, too. Okay, public service announcement. This is a quick note to all the would-be online auctioneers. Folks, if you're going to be selling something that people are going to be drinking fluids out of, please take the extra time to either put on some clothes before taking a picture or concentrate on selling non-reflective items in your kitchen. Thank you.
That's bad. You know, there's an epidemic of comic book sellers where they take a picture of the comic book and you always got to see their nasty ass feet in the picture.
Okay. Do they not wear socks or shoes?
All the time. Like, they don't know how to angle the camera or something. Like, it's to the point where when I take pictures of comic books I'm selling online, I make damn sure you ain't gonna see my gangly ass toenails in the picture or nothing but comic book.
Oh. Yeah. Yep.
He knows what I'm talking about.
All right, let's see what we got next here on the list. Oh my God, what did you eat?
Taco Bell.
Why is it always Taco Bell? Taco Bell gets the crap end of the stick because somehow it's blamed for all of these things.
That's because every time you come home from the Taco Bell, what is the need? What do you got to do once you get home from Taco Bell? Every freaking time.
Every single time. Yep, you're right. Every single time. Every single time. I guess Rick didn't make it. I don't know. He's liable to be here. You never know where he's lurking. Taco John's is worse, says Kate.
With Kate Van D. Yeah, you got Taco John's in your area? We do, and yeah, that is worse. Taco John's will get you bad.
I'll take your word for that.
It's
Radical Mom says Rick is
delicious, though,
here. I'm
that's the
sure of it.
problem.
Kate
Yeah,
says,
we
nah,
got
it's just in
Taco
my
John's in
hometown.
area.
All right, here we go. Here is where soft serve ice cream comes from, especially the chocolatey kind.
Yeah. Right from Snowman's butt.
Oh, Gojatron. Feet in comics sounds like an OF page for a very specific fetish.
You don't even need to charge. You just go look to buy some on Facebook Marketplace. You get the feet pics for free, whether you want them or not.
Oh, boy. Diarrhea. All right, let's move on here. Here we go. I live close enough to Memphis to understand this. Come visit Memphis in the summer. It's amazing. Memphis in the summer. Blazing hot, mosquitoes everywhere, and you sitting in the midst of it all, suffering.
That's the one thing I do like about winter is all the bugs go back to the hell which spawned them.
All right, let's move on here and see what we got next. Here we go. This is a public service announcement from this man right here. I thought getting a vasectomy would stop my wife from getting pregnant, but apparently it just changes the color of the baby.
The mailman looks pretty pleased, though.
He's a happy back there. He done did something there, it looks like. All right, let's see what we got next.
Than the mail.
What'd you say there, Jonesy?
I said I think he delivered something more than the mail.
Absolutely. Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer. Too bad he's never cried.
Oh.
And next. Finally, it's so hot that when I fart, I can't tell if I've crapped my pants or just sprayed the sweat off my butthole.
Probably both.
Ooh. And that's the memes of the week, folks.
Oh, that's rough.
We breezed through those. Let's see what we got next here. Hey, how about some music and fun? You ready for a little bit of music and fun?
Let's do it.
Ready? 2, 3. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Lie in the morning.
Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning.
Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Early in the morning.
Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Give him a dose of salt and water. Give him a dose
sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning.
Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning. Skeletor so bold, so cruel, evil in shadows dark. Pick a rock and clash like fools. Power plays ignite the spark. Evelyn was it all. Skeletor dreams so grand. Plans to make He-Man fall. Balloon's got her own command. Battle for eternity reigns. Might and magic clashing kings. Who will rule? Who will win? When the chaos reigns within. Skeletor so bold, so cruel, evil in shadows dark. Pick a back and clash like fools. Power plays ignite the spark. Evelyn wants it all. Evelyn wants it all. Spell it all. Wants it all. Evelyn wants it all. Skeletor treats the grand. Battle for eternity reigns. Light and magic clashing kings. Who will rule? Who will win? When the chaos reigns within. Skeletor seems so sly, Evelyn with her own plans. In the shadows she won't lie, wants the power in her hands. Night falls on their dark domain, scheming hearts and endless pain. Trust is broken, words like knives, both want more than just their lives. Battle for eternity reigns. Light and magic clashing kings. Who will rule? Who will win? When the chaos reigns within. Night falls on their dark domain, scheming hearts and endless pain. Trust is broken, words like knives, both want more than just their lives. And battle for the reigns, light and magic clashing kings. Who will rule? Who will win? When the chaos reigns within.
We know a guy with a real cool scene. He roams the streets in his wild machine with a full race engine and wheels of mag. He spends every night just looking for drags. Digger the way out dragster with a gear shift knob high above the floor. Win every race by a length or more. He's always beaten every racing team with two big slicks and a head full of steam. Digger the way out dragster. Anywhere there's a race, you'll find him there. Any time of day now, he doesn't care. One thing for sure, he always drives to win. And if you aren't convinced, you'll have to go him again. Of all the kids, he's the fastest around. Race after race, he always shuts them down. Every night he's the king of the street. He's the way out dragster who can't be beat. Digger the way out dragster. wheels of Mac. He spends every night just looking for drags. Digger the way out drags. Anywhere there's a race you'll find him there. Any time of day now he doesn't care. One thing for sure, he always tries to win. And if you aren't convinced, you'll have to go him again. Of all the kids, he's the fastest around. Race after race, he always shuts them down. Every night he's the king of the street. He's the way out dragster who can't be beat. Digger the way out dragster.
Flames are pouring from the buildings now. There's cars toppled, buildings entirely just crushed and crumbled. I'm not sure if it's safe to report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. Civil Defense has informed me that the surrounding areas are in ruin. I see some people running now. In the opinion of this reporter, if this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
And we are back, figuratively speaking, with a $2 super chat as well. Okay, everybody's giving out super chats tonight. Thank you, folks. Radical Mom, Susudio, Mike Fee, and figuratively speaking. Thank you for all the super chats tonight. And figuratively speaking gave us a super sticker. It looks like a little baby with a cape on with a little, I don't know what that is, a little bird next to him. Okay, cool. All right, and Mary says you're welcome. If you guys are wondering where I was last week, I was on vacation. And we went up to West Virginia to visit my daughter and be there for my grandson's first birthday party. He is now 1 year old, little Connor. So, been about a week up there. What you thinking about so hard there, Joneser?
I was just listening, reading the chat.
Okay. And we got Martin in there. Our friend Rolo says if one reads Mike Fee, thinks Mike Fee for... I'm trying to see what he's trying to say there. If one reads Mike Fee on... thinks the fee is for the... but to set honesty free, my money he won't see. The fees go to me. It's raining money. Did I miss something? Is God out of men? I don't know, but it's raining money. Thanks everyone for the super chats. I appreciate that. So we have reached goal tonight. So we're going to do music and fun during after every segment. So thank you everyone. And if you guys want anything special, let me know. And we'll try to set up something later on tonight for you guys. Now, we got a lot of show. We're fixing to do a comic corner with Jonezer. After that, my wife and I went back to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I've got a little presentation for that. We did a little bit of exploring in West Virginia while we were up there. I got a little bit of that. But first, I want to take a little quick commercial break. You ready for that, Jonezer?
Absolutely.
All right. We will return right after these messages.
And now, these messages. Jake Rockwell, Ace McCloud, and Doc Terror each sold separately.
Trouble up rubber, Jake! Energize the assault mode! Let's do it! I name this Doc Terror down! Centurions! Take this! Energize the power mode! Bombs away! Fire! Now Doc Terror falls! Right, Jake? Right, Ace!
New Centurions, Jake Rockwell, Ace McCloud, and Doc Terror come as shown, each sold separately.
This is how you exterminate a bat!
Batman, this is Karen Boyd from OnStar. I got a signal your airbag went off. Should I send for an ambulance?
Everything's fine. Send the police to Fourth and Main.
I'll contact them right away.
He'll never learn.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Convert Switchblade to jet mode! Surprise, Matt Tracker! It's mayhem! Battle station! Protect the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire!
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
Each sold separately with action figure.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away, but you're not, Mayhem.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino, each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Holy perplexity, Batman!
Let's not be wildered, Robin. The pun's up, Riddler. Listen, folks, only at Zellers are you protected by...
The law of Toyland. Nobody beats Zeller's prices on toys. Nobody.
Well said, Robin. You're protected at Zellers because the lowest price is the law.
We've got Cap'n Crunch, Magnolia.
This time we'll catch him so's I can marry him. Right, Otis?
Shh, quiet. It's my arch enemy, Magnolia Bulkhead. She's after me again. Carlisle, no! One more crunchy mouthful of that Cap'n Crunch cereal, and they'll hear us for sure.
We could put more milk on it to quiet it down.
But Cap'n Crunch cereal stays crunchy, even in milk. Say, that gives me a whale of an idea.
There he is! I know that familiar crunch sound anywhere. Follow him, Otis!
Computers are coming your way.
Computers? For paying bills?
Mothers, too.
Bah, humbug.
Wow. Let me try it.
Hacker, I thought joysticks are only for computer games.
A computer can get input through a joystick to write music or draw pictures, as well as play games.
Totally awesome.
But there are lots of other ways to tell computers what to do.
Like the mouse?
Right. It's an input device. The mouse is an easier way to move the cursor. You can use it to make pictures in some graphic programs, or move words around if you're using a word processor.
Neato.
Some computers have special screens that are sensitive to your touch. Choose an item from the list and touch your choice. The computer serves up what you ordered.
Is that why they call the list a menu?
Sharp thinking, Tabby. The keyboard is the most often used input device, but there are lots of others, even the light pen. It lets you draw on the screen and add color.
Wow, that's pretty.
We're the computer generation. See you soon.
Joneser's Comic Corner. It's Joneser's Comic
So let's do this.
Your own, Joneser.
Hey, everybody. I saw that. So today's Comic Corner, we're going to touch on the Green Goblin. To keep up with Bill's theme for the show here, we're doing the ghosts and the goblins. So I'm getting the goblin part of this shtick, and I thought we'd start off by just showing the character that we're talking about here. This is, get the camera right, the Green Goblin. Now, I got me a Marvel Legends figure here of the Green Goblin. I thought they did a fairly good job for the classic Green Goblin look. Came with some accessories, the glider, all of that. Not the flight stand, obviously. But I thought very good value for the figure, and it got the Green Goblin on my mind. So we went into the archives here. We pulled out some old classic Green Goblin comics, which we'll show shortly. But I wanted to get into kind of who the Green Goblin is and was. I'm going classic Steve Ditko, Stan Lee, Spider-Man. I know they've done different versions of this character, some better than others. They've changed some things, but in the original story, the Green Goblin shows up. And he is much like Spider-Man to the public. He is a masked menace. Nobody knows who the Green Goblin is. And unlike the other villains that Spider-Man faced, the Green Goblin perpetrated his stuff and escaped unidentified, unincarcerated to fight another day. And he managed to pull this off a couple times, which was unique among the Spider-Man villains of the time, which usually were defeated and incarcerated. The Goblin was the exception. He always got away, and you didn't know who it was. The identity of the Goblin remained in the shadows. Bill, what was your first introduction to the Green Goblin?
Well, as you know, I wasn't really a big Marvel fan as a kid as far as comics go. But I will tell you that I did watch the Spider-Man cartoon show, the original one, the 60s, when it played on reruns on, I guess, TBS or whatever it played on. And I caught him there. And that was kind of fun because if you remember when he was robbing the jewelry store, he pulls up on his glider and he gets off and he puts a nickel in the parking meter there before he goes in to rob the store. So, you know, he's not entirely evil, folks. He paid the part.
I love that. I love that appearance.
And Susudio is giving away more memberships. I can't see the chat right now. It's refreshing over there. But anyway, and the next time that I remember seeing the Goblin was on the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon show. And it was kind of interesting because there was a tie-in comic that they released on that one, and I got that comic as well.
Yeah, I first saw him in the comics, but by the time I saw him, this was the third or fourth version of the Goblin, and the Hobgoblin was more popular by the time I got in. But I really wanted for those original Green Goblin stories. I wanted to know the lore. I wanted to know the story. I knew some of the little bits. So what we're going to dive into here real quickly is what I wanted to know as a kid when I first discovered this. So as I laid it out, the Green Goblin, unidentified for the longest time, and he fights Spider-Man. He constantly gets away. And then finally, the story comes to a head. And I'm going to pull out some comics to go along with this here. Now, in typical superhero fashion, usually the hero defeats the villain and unmasks him. Well, with the Goblin, things were different. And the Goblin defeated Spider-Man and unmasked him. I don't know if y'all can see that or if I'm holding it up well enough here.
We can see it very well.
Okay. That is how that went. And Amazing Spider-Man number 39 of the John Romita cover. See, Steve Ditko famously did not agree with where they were going with the Goblins, so he parted ways. And so we get John Romita come in, and the Goblin figures out who Spider-Man is, figures out a way to get around his spider sense, bombs him, ambushes him in front of his aunt's house, defeats him easily, and rides away with him. And then Spider-Man, this comic's in rough shape, but I'm still pretty happy to have it. It got an unfortunate tape pull. I did not do that, but I got it this way. But it's still a cool book to have. You know, the story inside is intact just fine. And Spider-Man ultimately defeats his adversary, and he's shocked to learn that Norman Osborn is the Green Goblin, and it's the father of his roommate, his friend Harry Osborn. And they continue on with the story. Goblin, he forgets he's the Goblin. He gets a head injury, and then sometimes he comes back, but then there's always that, because he knows who Spider-Man is, it's always hanging over Peter Parker's head. Eventually they clash a few more times, and it all comes to the head with this very famous issue here, Amazing 121. This is the tragedy. We all know poor Gwen Stacy is killed, Peter Parker's girlfriend. And there's finally some collateral damage with his Spider-Man adventuring, his greatest enemy, arguably, killing his girlfriend before his eyes. And the tragedy of Spider-Man reaching out with the whip and trying to save her and yank up, and maybe he's the one who broke her neck, maybe the fall did it, we don't know. It was beautifully portrayed in the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2 that Andrew Garfield did. And they really captured it in that movie, I thought, quite well, the tragedy part of it anyway. And then of course it ultimately ended in the death of the Green Goblin, Spider-Man getting his revenge, the Goblin impaling himself upon his own glider. And of course, as we know, comic books, nobody ever stays dead except Batman's parents and Uncle Ben. And Norman Osborn eventually came back. Very cool character, very fun. I loved this Marvel Legends action figure of him. And we're going to conclude here by showing off. I don't have the first appearance of the Green Goblin. Unfortunately, that book's a little out of my price range. But I do have the first appearance of Norman Osborn here. He appeared in issue 37. And that's the first time he appeared and is named as Norman Osborn, with no connection to the Green Goblin whatsoever. And if you like this book, I have a copy of this for sale. I'm asking $75 for the first appearance of Norman Osborn, if anybody's interested. Throwing that out there.
Let me interrupt you there, Jonezer. Let me interrupt you there, Jonezer, and let's catch up with the chat real quick. Going up. Sure. Let's see here. Ooh, I went up too far. Boba Hicks got a gift membership from Susudio. So welcome back, Boba Hicks, as a weirdo. Mike P says he discovered the Green Goblin in the comics. And Rolo says that this is his favorite villain. Thank you. Nightwing says that he was introduced in the 1982 Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon, which I mentioned earlier. And Mike V says the Spider-Man comic I had was the Green Goblin and Hobgoblin fighting Spider-Man. And then Mrs. Weird Fantastic Toys comes in. Spiderweb, a Spider-Man with a thumbs up there. Mike B saying hello to Paula. Everybody says hello to Paula. And I guess Masters Maniac Mexico says if that continues like that, we will see Bill's next vacations happening in the Bahamas. And he says, is that the code word to get Paula in the chat? Bahamas? And here's Black Phoenix 77. Hello. Oh, hey, Alex. Good to see you. And welcome to the Weirdos. You got a gift membership from Studio. And Nightwing says, did you like the 1995 Spider-Man cartoon, Green Goblin versus Peter Parker? Spider-Man stuck in limbo. Black Phoenix 77 says, Gwen Stacy just came back too. She's an assassin now for some reason. Wish I was joking. There we go. All right, go ahead, Jones. I think I got the chat caught up.
Oh, you're fine. Gwen Stacy did return. I think they did an alternate version where she's Spider-Gwen, and in her world, Peter Parker dies in that moment instead of her, and she becomes Spider-Man or something like that. They have so many else worlds and new stories, but lucky for me, I don't have to read any of that crap. I'm an old guy, and I like old guy comics, and that's what I do. So you guys enjoy that stuff. Feel free to enjoy it, but I am not partaking in this nonsense.
All right. Well, we really enjoyed that little dive into Spider-Man. Let me come over here and see if I've got any things I want to ask you about. So let's see. We got Spider-Man number 14 is the first appearance of the Green Goblin, but not named as Norman Osborn. Amazing Spider-Man 39 through 40, the identity reveal and the classic throwdown. So he appeared in the cartoons, and he also appeared in the first episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. He appeared in the 2002 Spider-Man, played by William Dafoe,
who I thought did a great job with that character, with both sides of his personality and the mania and the way it works. I thought he nailed that.
He did real good. Yes, absolutely. So what was your favorite Goblin moment?
Probably for me, there's just something about him tracking Spider-Man after he gassed him so the spider sense doesn't work, and then following him, catching him change in the alley, figuring out who he is, following him home, ambushing him in his front yard. To me, that's the chef's kiss. I thought that was way more diabolical when he did that. And they've kind of brought back that vibe when you have the early Venom books where Eddie Brock would knock on the door like as the Maytag guy and be talking to Aunt May when Peter Parker come downstairs and there's Venom in the living room. It's like, you know, when a villain can do that, like that puts him on another level than the other villains. They're not in your living room. They're not that close to home.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let me set us up for a little bit more music and fun. And thank you for the comment corner tonight. That was a very informative, very Green Goblin-y comment corner. Get the music and fun set up here to go. Where did I put it? There we go, right there. Here we go, folks. A little bit of music and fun.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew up or bowed up down, or below my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
In the misty moors of Goldarbor, where legends whispered larks, rode a cosmic enforcer with a heart that left its mark. Boba Hicks, they called him, a guardian from the stars, collecting tales in plastic from universes far. A He-Man sword glinting in the moon so bright, evil Skeletors rattle in the depths of night. Movie aliens lurking with shadows that could dance, a cosmic enforcer's bounty in its home's mighty expanse. Boba Hicks, the tale begins, where stars align with toy, guarding worlds within his grasp, but guardians, pride and joy. With masters of the universe and monsters grim and bold, he keeps the myths alive in every toy he holds. In a tattered jacket worn and boots that knew the earth, he combed through lands both near and far in search of priceless worth. A Frankenstein in silver screen and Dracula's icy stare. Boba Hicks, the stone collector, ever tread with care. Through galaxies spanned in plastic under emerald skies, he found his peace in relics and every child's cries. From Dublin to the stars, uncharted tales he weave and winged. In Boba Hicks' timeless journey, the cosmos intertwined. Boba Hicks, the tale begins, where stars align with toy, guarding worlds within his grasp, but guardians, pride and joy. With masters of the universe and monsters grim and bold, he keeps the myths alive in every toy he holds. In the misty moors of Goldarbor, where legends whispered larks, rode a cosmic enforcer with a heart that left its mark. Boba Hicks, they called him, a guardian from the stars, collecting tales in plastic from universes far. A He-Man sword glinting in the moon so bright, evil Skeletors rattle in the depths of night. Movie aliens lurking with shadows that could dance, a cosmic enforcer's bounty in his home's mighty expanse. Boba Hicks, the tale begins, where stars align with toy, guarding worlds within his grasp, but guardians, pride and joy. With masters of the universe and monsters grim and bold, he keeps the myths alive in every toy he holds. In a tattered jacket worn and boots that knew the earth, he combed through lands both near and far in search of priceless worth. A Frankenstein in silver screen and Dracula's icy stare. Boba Hicks, the stone collector, ever tread with care. Through galaxies spanned in plastic under emerald skies, he found his peace in relics and every child's cries. From Dublin to the stars, uncharted tales he weave and winged. In Boba Hicks' timeless journey, the cosmos intertwined.
to Scarborough Fair. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. He once was a true love of mine. Trying to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Without no seams nor needlework, then he'll be a true love of mine. Time to find me an acre of land. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Between Saltwater and the sea strands, then he'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. He once was a true love of mine.
In the silence where stars forget to shine, she weaves her spells through shattered time. As her daggers in a crystal haze, she walks in dreams where mortals lose their way. She's the queen of shadow light, dancing through the dead of night. Wicked truth in violet flame, say her name and never be the same. Evil lit of fate divine, power blind and dark design. Under moonstone skies she casts a curse, a whisper deep, a sacred verse. Thorns of fate in velvet gloves, she rules below, she rules above. She's the queen of shadow light, dancing through the dead of night. Wicked truth in violet flame, say her name and never be the same. Evil wind of fate divine, power bright and dark design. An echo with her ancient name, 1,000 souls still praise her flame. Cold and calm, her gaze can kill. She bends the world with iron will. Every whisper, every vow, she turns to power, she knows how. Midnight crowned and war within, the dark bends where she's always been. She's the queen of shadow light, dancing through the dead of night. Wicked truth in violet flame, Caverns echo with her ancient name. 1,000 souls still praise her flame. Cold and calm, her gaze can kill. She bends the world with iron wills of woe. Every whisper, every vow, she turns to power, she knows how. Midnight crowned and war within. The dark bends where she's always been. She's the queen of shadow light, dancing through the dead of night. Wicked truth in violet flame. Say her name and never be the same. Evil in no fate divine, power blind and dark design. Evil in all fate divine, queen of shadows born to shine.
All right. Well, we're back there, and Jonezer's been busy typing away in the chat. So if you guys have not been paying attention to the chat, you might want to do that. So while I was in West Virginia, Jonezer, I decided to go back to the trans-allegheny lunatic asylum. So we're going to go from comic book madness to real life madness. And the last time I went, we went on the haunted tour, the paranormal tour, if you will. But one of the things that I really wanted to do while I was there that last time was I wanted to go on the historical tour, because the historical tour to me is actually more interesting than the paranormal tour. Yeah, I get it, you know, ghosts and goblins and all that bull crap. But there ain't no such thing as ghosts, and I never saw a ghost one while I was up there. But I did want to go on that historical tour, and that's what we did this time. We went on the historical tour, and I've got a little presentation here. So let's watch that real quick as everyone comes in. And I want to say hello to Jeff. He arrived, got home safely, so good to see you, Jeff. And Alex is here. Good to see you, Alex. And good to see everyone. So we're going to head on to the historical tour of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Here we go. Hello. It is Saturday, June the 21st, 2025, and Paula and I have returned to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Before you see the Kirkbride, the main building of the Lunatic Asylum. Last time we were here, we went on the paranormal tour. This time we're going to go on the 4-floor historical tour that includes all 4 floors of the main Kirkbride building, plus the medical center over there. This is the Kirkbride itself. There were 4 wards. We're going to take that historical tour. I'm walking up towards the main building right now. I'm going to go past this fountain here. The tour that we're going to go on today is going to also include not only the 4 wards and the 4 floors, but also the doctor's apartments and the nurses' quarters. We didn't get to see that part last time we were here. But we did go on the paranormal tour, which does take you to parts of the asylum that you normally don't see on these tours. You see the medical center over there, where the tuberculosis patients were kept. And here's the main Kirkbride, which is one of the largest stonemason buildings in the world besides the Kremlin. Western State Hospital is a National Historical Landmark. And the tours begin on that tent. And Paula's already there waiting on me. The first patients admitted to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum were admitted in October of 1864. There were 9 women that were put in the institution at that time for a variety of reasons, mostly dementia and even menstrual cramps. It was just whatever reason anybody had to put a woman in the insane asylum, they would. We toured not only the insane asylum, but we also toured the medical building out back as well. Coming back inside of the insane asylum, we passed by the building that was created for the criminally insane. Once back inside, we began touring the interior of the building, starting with the quarters for the superintendent. The superintendent's quarters not only included a dining area for his family and himself, but also a balcony outside so that he could view the lands outside, a nice, beautiful balcony. As you can see, Paula here is standing on the balcony itself. Inside the superintendent's quarters, there were quarters for his children and also a room for him and his wife. A living room area is also there, plus there was a private office for himself, also an office for his assistant. Touring through this part of the building was nice because all of this was all restored to look like it did back in the day. And then we went to view the nurses' quarters. Nurses were allowed to live there on the insane asylum, ensuring that they met at least 3 conditions, one of which being that they had to be unmarried, another of which they had to have no children, and the last of which they had to be ugly. And that was because they didn't want them to be distracting to the other people working there in the institution or to the inmates. These are the nurses' quarters here, and you can see some of the pictures of those nurses also there living on the ground. The nurses also had a balcony, but it was much, much smaller than the superintendent's balcony. This is the ballroom. As you can see, our guide there is telling us a story. This was the place where they gave them electroshock therapy, and then we went through the women's quarters. And at the end, we had a little story given to us by our guide. Then we toured the male quarters. And we also seen some of the places where the patients were chained up. We viewed the areas for the horrific murder occurred. We also went down through the geriatric ward as well. And I took the opportunity to take a few pictures there of myself. Here's some pictures of the staff at one time here at the lunatic asylum over the years. And here we have another one of the wards looking down through there, very creepy wards. Then we came back up and went through the 4th floor. Also restored, looking down through the staircase. And then finally, we went through where Walter Freeman performed his lobotomy project. These horrible experiments occurred back in the day. Thank you for joining me today for the tour of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Here we go. And Jonezer is taking a break right now because it was break. There he is. And we toured through the insane asylum. So I gave you a quick little bit of what we got to see. We went through the first floor, and we got to see a lot of the wards that were for those patients, like the trustees wards and stuff like that. I didn't get any pictures over there, but I did get the pictures that we got on the second floor tour, where we got a chance to see where the superintendent stayed at, and that was, it was all very interesting, a very, very historical tour. This institution was built in the during the Civil War, so it's pretty cool. Yes, it is very creepy at night, I'm sure. I've seen some footage that was shot for some of the ghost shows where they went through it at night, and they do haunted night tours in October there. So yeah. Thank you, Rolo.
I'll ask you a serious question there, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't believe in ghosts?
I don't. My wife does. Anything more to add to that there, Joneser?
That was my question. I believe in ghosts. I've even had a few experiences we can get into another time, or maybe we'll do a spooky Halloween show where we could tell some ghost stories. But yeah, I am a believer. I've seen enough to give me an open mind.
My wife has got a pretty decent ghost story about living in a house where it was a murder had occurred, where this young man had killed his family in that house. And she actually lived in that house, and she stayed in the room where he was supposed to be in his room. And she tells the story that it would get cold at night, and she would hear him come in there. He would sit on the side of her bed and ask her what she was doing in there, stuff like that. So, you know. Let's see.
Yeah, that's wild.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying that's wild.
Yeah, I have never experienced anything supernatural my whole life. And I think that there are explanations for everything. I'm very skeptical when it comes to that kind of stuff. As you know, I'm also a amateur magician, which means that I know a lot of magical secrets as far as stage magic goes. And I've read Harry Houdini's book about one of his lifetime goals was to expose the spiritualists, and that was their big thing. The spiritualists were there. We talk to ghosts, and we can have a seance here, and we can bring the ghosts out and all that, and it was all BS. So that's my take on it. Now I'm not trying to knock on anybody that does believe in that. If you believe in it, that's your bag, you know. But I just don't. Mainly because I've never experienced anything.
Well, sure. I think Houdini is actually a very popular person for people to try to talk to in the seances and things like that. That's kind of funny that he was so against it, because he's definitely somebody that they've been trying to get him through for a while.
There's a reason for that. Okay, before he died, he told his wife Bess, if there was any way whatsoever for a person to contact the living world after death, he was going to do it. And he gave her a secret code. Nobody knew but her, so that she would know that if it was really him that contacted her, she would know that it was really him. And throughout her whole life, Spiritualists came and tried to convince her that Houdini had come back. Nobody ever cracked that code. Ever. And of course, now, on the anniversary of his death every year, they go out there and they try to contact Houdini. But unfortunately, nobody has ever actually contacted him all these years. And Mary, our radical mom, says she's a believer and she's had her experience. I'm watching Friday the 13th, Part 7, New Blood, Jason versus Tina's Jedi Force. Okay. All right, Nightwing, I got you there. Well, all right, let's get a little bit more music and fun set in here. After going through all that haunted stuff and going through the asylum and the madness and everything. So are you ready for a little bit more music and fun there, Jonesy?
100%.
All right, let me get it set up here for us, and we'll go down here and do the next set. And of course, I did see Susudio's request, and we're going to do the requests here in a little bit as well. So y'all just stay tuned for that, and we'll get the next set of music and fun started here.
E-Man getting ready to the blue. Skeletor with plans for something new. Gotta wash away the dirt from the day. Evelyn and Tila got something to say. Grab that soap, start the ladder up now. Nobody's gonna go down on you. Water splashing as we sing this song. Staying fresh is where you belong. We won't go down unless you're clean. Shiny bright like a hero's dream. Gotta scrub to earn that glow. He-Man and Skeletor, let's go. Evelyn has got demands. Teal's watching, watch that cock. No more grime and no more dirt. Clean you up, you big pervert. Rub a dub, make the helmet gleam. If you want fun, you need to scheme. Shower time, it won't last long. Join the clean and sing along. We won't go down unless you're clean. Shiny bright like a hero's dream. Gotta scrub to earn that glow. He-Man and Skeletor, let's go. Down unless you're clean, shiny bright like a hero's dream. Gotta scrub to earn that blow. He-Man and Skeletor, let's go. Go down unless you're clean, shiny bright like a hero's dream. Gotta scrub to earn that blow. He-Man and Skeletor, let's go. He-Man getting ready to super blue. Skeletor with plans for something new. Skills watching, watch that cock. No more grime and no more dirt. Clean you up, you big pervert. He-Man, Skeletor, let's go. He-Man, Skeletor, let's go. Evelyn has got demands. Tila's watching, watch that cock. No more grime and no more dirt. Clean you up, you big pervert. Rub a dub, make the helmet gleam. If you want fun, you need to scheme. Shower time, it won't last long. Join the clean and sing along. And sing along. Gotta scrub to earn that blow. He-Man and Skeletor, let's go.
Hey, let's fill this thing up with a little home brew.
All right. Now Huey is a guy who ain't very smart. He just rambles along in his crazy car. He shows no class and acts like a clod, and there's always a smell around Huey's hot rod. Oh yeah, Dio. A little homebrew really makes it feel. He can hardly hold his woody steering wheel. something on the road that you can't pass. Huey's hot rod, the coolest rod on the scene. Huey's hot rod, the smelling rod, feeling mean. His roof is a leaking and there's holes in the floor, but Huey just keeps coming back for more.
Huey's hot rod ain't exactly Mr. Clean.
Don't make a mistake and tempt him at a light, because before you know it, he'll be out of sight. He'll make you look just like you're standing still, and if his rod doesn't get you, then the awful smell will.
What's that awful smell?
Don't make a mistake and tempt him at a light, because before you know it, he'll be out of sight. He'll make you look just like you're standing still, and if his rod doesn't get you, then the awful smell will.
Hot rod. He's the dirtiest little kid I've ever seen. He smells. I mean, what are you gonna do with a kid like that? He's vicious. Doesn't brush his teeth. Doesn't comb his hair. I'll be between his toes. Right.
Inspector Jones is on the case. He's got a magnifying glass. Lost his hand controls online. Now he's got a sassy sass, blaming everyone he sees, from the mailman to the cat. Even God's on his suspect list. Can you imagine that? Inspector Jonezer, clueless as can be, blaming everyone in sight. Oh, what a sight to see. His investigations, while no one can escape, until the culprit's caught, we're all in a funny scrape. He's got a trench coat and a hat, thinks he's Sherlock Holmes, but his methods are so wacky. He's searching garden gnomes, interrogates the neighbors and the postman too. No one's safe from Jonezer, not even you. Inspector Jonezer, clueless as can be, blaming everyone in sight. Oh, what a sight to see. His investigations, while no one can escape, until the culprit's caught, we're all in a funny scrape. He's got a trench coat and a hat, thinks he's Sherlock Holmes, but his methods are so wacky. He's searching garden gnomes, interrogates the neighbors and the postman too. No one's safe from Jonezer, not even you. He's got a list a mile long of suspects near and far, from the guy who mows the lawn to the lady at the bar. His theories are outrageous, his logic's out the door, but we can't help but laugh and cheer for more. He's questioning the goldfish and the birds up in the trees, even asked the pizza guy, did you do it pretty please? Inspector Jonezer's on a roll, his antics never end, but we all know deep down he's just trying to defend. Inspector Jonezer, clueless as can be, blaming everyone in sight. Oh, what a sight to see. His investigations, while no one can escape, until the culprit's caught, we're all in a funny scrape.
what a sight to see. His investigations, while no one can escape, until the culprit's caught, we're all in a funny scrape.
In a shiny helmet, I'm strut. Private director on the move. On the move. Selling weapons, making bucks. Cobra's got nothing to lose. Money stacks, they rise so high. Private director, watch me fuck. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Mars profits never lie. Money, money, money. Cobra pays while bitches suck. Gold plated gear all around. Baroness sucks my dick. Get it, girl. Overcharged the commander. Make me rich. Ain't no shame in my kick. Money stacks, they rise so high. Profit director, watch me fuck. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Mars profits never lie. Money, money, money. Cobra pays while bitches suck. Cobra world in my hand. Weapons spread across the land. Profit director, pimp daddy. Got the plan. Making that money. Cashing in on demand. Money stacks, they rise so high. Profit director, watch me fuck. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Mars profits never lie. Money, money, money. Cobra pays while bitches suck. Cobra world in my hand. Nothing spread across the land. Profit director, got the plan. Making that money. Cashing in on demand. Money stacks, they rise so high. Profit director, watch me fuck. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Mars profits never lie. Money, money, money. Cobra pays while bitches suck.
Well, yep, was pretty bad. We had some stuff that I stacked up in the other room just fell, and it I'm wondering if my vintage Snake Mountain just got ruined. Find out later. Jeff says, I checked out classified blowtorch in hand today at Target. Decided not to buy it. I will wait for the retro version, but I kind of want it. Okay. All right. The last thing that I did while I was out there in West Virginia was we went to the windswept heights of Dolly Sides, which is a wilderness area in West Virginia. And then we went and visited a place called Smokehold Caverns. So that's where we're going to go now, folks. We're going to check that out, and we'll be back after that. So let's go check out that. All right. Yeah, I had some stuff stacked over in the other room, and it fell. And my vintage Snake Mountain was sitting over there, and it's in the floor, and kind of broken apart. So I don't know. We'll see what it's going to look like when we get done with the show. I've got to go over there and start pick all that stuff up. Seeing Jonezer right now. Let's see what's going on. Be back on the screen here. It has something to do with
the camera.
Yeah, I think it's my OBS over here doing that. Let me run down there and see if I can. There you go. You're back on screen now.
For it a second time.
Yeah, it got you back up. Anyway, yeah. That I hope you guys enjoyed the slideshow from going up to Dolly Sides and then going to the Smoke Hole Caverns. It was a pretty good trip overall. Back over here to show. All right, so there we go. All right, the last segment of the show tonight is going to be, I guess, a little bit of more music and fun, and this time it's going to be some of the stuff that has been requested earlier tonight, and some couple of favorites in there. So we'll show that, and then Jonezer and I'll wrap it up. So you guys, let me get that going here. Hold on, let me get it on down here. Kate Van D says, lovely place. We had a good time up there. It was great to be up there. It was great to hang out with my family and go to some cool places like Dolly Sides. I mean, I'd never been up there, and the name is kind of weird. I think it's named after a family or something that lived up in that area. But it was quite interesting, to say the very least. So let me get that set up for our requests. And that's going to be the ending. We're going to end up with our request, and then we're going to call it a night. So here we go. Hopefully it's not broke. Yeah, I hope it's not broke too, man. So yeah, that I've got to get over there and check it out here in a little bit. But anyway, let's end off the night with some fun. Bless you, Jonezer. Here we go.
Appreciate it.
Oh, shit.
All right, well, we're back, and the ducks are being fed as we speak. And yes, I believe that Rickster finally drank himself into oblivion today. Hope he will be okay. Probably be hungover in the morning. Kate says he played a drinking game by himself called Drink. And I hope everyone enjoyed everything. I did, while the music was playing, go in there and pick up things. And I think the Snake Mountain's going to be I think it's going to be okay. It's not anything too badly broken. I did notice that the trap door is not working quite right, but I may need to work on that just a little bit and get that back to working good. But I think it'll be okay. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to thank Jonezer for joining me tonight. It was wonderful to see his new Marvel Legends Green Goblin figure and to get a little bit of insight on Green Goblin in the comics.
Absolutely. Had a lot of fun. Loved seeing your trip back to the lunatic asylum. I'm glad they didn't admit you. That's good that they let you roam freely. I think your wife has more sense than you, believing in ghosts and you don't, but that's okay.
That's okay. You know, hey, it is what it is, Joneser. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Yes, y'all take care, and we're gonna call it a night. So here we go. Remember, stay fantastic and keep on collecting, and we'll see you next time here on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. In the meantime, have a good journey.
Special thanks to the channel supporters. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like, subscribe, and share the video.